Hi, welcome back to the second channel. I haven't uploaded on here in forever. And this is the Minecraft world from the video that I just released on my main channel. And I currently just want to go over every single thing that I haven't shown in that video in this video, because I did cut some things from the final cut of it. A big one is that I said that this sheep will come back later, and I just never showed him coming back later. But I did go and get him at the end of that video. But before we get into that, I might as well start from the beginning. Now, I guess one thing I can say is I head over where I'm going. I have an elytra that I'm not using right now. That's because, well, I never fully stated it in that video. I'm currently not going to be using my elytra in the overworld. I've stated in the past that I think the elytra can be overpowered at times, and I think a way to be able to use the elytra for its intended purpose without overusing it is, just not using it in the overworld or nether. Because the end is definitely worthy. But I definitely think the end is worthy of, the elytra. I also have this Minecraft map mod that was never shown, but I do use it. And somewhere around here is right where I spawned in that video, which I've clearly, traveled a good bit from there. Now, while it wasn't exactly shown, I ended up settling over here. I spawned into this world, came down here, killed the chicken right here, and headed this way until I found this exact cave. From there, I traveled this way, with this forest, not being cleared until later on. And I travel across this little lake here. And then this exact cave that was so close to where I actually ended up settling was that better cave that I ended up, getting all my material in. I smelted all my stuff right there. After leaving this cave with slightly better gear, I of course did not fully go to this cave, where I traveled north up this way, traveled up this slight cherry grove here, and right here, where the pigs were right here, is where I found that village. And actually also where I found that natural pink baby sheep. I then looted this village, and then later came back and looted it even more. There's basically nothing in it now. And came back this way. Or I then traveled, back down this little river path here and over this way. And even after crossing over at one time, I crossed over where I would later build again. And I came down my original base location. And then found this little cave here, which is where I would get all my gear. Because it goes way deeper than it looks like it does. And this is also where I got all my tough and deep slate. More tough. And tough up there. That I would use throughout my builds. You can see that this cave is actually way bigger than it looks. And this little 9x9 plot area right here is actually where I would have the beacon for my duff as well. I kind of didn't exactly show what it all looked like, but this is that little pond area that I made. Kind of just glazed past these. Like, I didn't show the back half of this, but to be fair, there's no reason to see the back half. It's not the main point. The main point is to see it by the shoreline. Or even the inside of my house, I kind of glossed over. This is the original armor that I used at the start. Yeah, it actually isn't that much. It's kind of just a starter house. Starter house on a farm, and then some more farms down here. And this is what the plot actually looks like. It's not even updated because all of that, actually all that is grown. It's basically 3 farms, a little bit of decoration there. This is the map, and these are the 2 buildings. Which I kind of never showed the inside of this specifically. But there's also no entrance to this if you go around all 4 sides, because, you're not supposed to go inside of it. All there really is 12 of these farms that once turned on will produce string, and then they all flow into here. Which this is the backside, so it'll actually only flow these down a little bit. And then all of them flow down into this pathway, which leads right into here, and this is where the original lever is. Then they collect into these item hoppers with string that I traded this guy with the trade that makes with a slight mod that allows me to infinitely trade without him running out of stock. That infinite trade is also how I can get basically infinite tools armor and every enchant that I want. I guess another slight thing that I showed here is that I have fire protection right here, as well as protection was the last one I got, because I only use protection in 3 different spots because of the fact that I have fire protection on my jeans. They're jeans, more leggings. That way that I can never, like, die from fire. So, for example, if I wanted to take flint and steel, walk out of my very flammable base, and stand in it. I'm not taking any damage because of fire protection. If there's a slight flame and I have a good amount of saturation already, it deals half a heart. Oh, 1 heart. Before the fire runs out. Instantly healed by one golden carrot that I constantly have because I constantly use Lens 3. There's also this to-do list right here, which is just a bunch of stuff I wanted to maybe do before the end of my video, but I ended up wrapping it up early by day 150. There's a lot I want to do with the entire rest of this. It looks like a lot, especially if you're looking at it from the viewpoint that I wanted, which is down here by the thing. It looks like there's a lot. Maybe there could be a little bit more right over here, but it looks like there's a huge part of just this. But that's because you can really only see just this part. There's still this entire huge area up here, this cliff face here. I already mentioned this, and then there's this island over here and this huge cave. Not to mention all the surrounding area perchance. There's a lot to do, and I want to do a lot of it. And if you want to stick around for it, and you haven't seen the first video, or you have seen the first video and you're now just discovering this channel, maybe stick around. I want to make more on this channel, and a lot more on my live. So, yeah, more coming soon. Have a great day. Chase passion, and see ya. This is going to be the reason why there's actually only going to be day 151 at the start of the next video. So, bye.